So as we're laying back, and go ahead and let your head just be all the way in so your neck doesn't have to, yeah, good. Okay, so a little intention for today. Several of the things that I was thinking of including for today's class incorporate quite a bit with the hips. And so hips are, there's lots of fun aspects of the hips. The moon, we kind of relate to the hip area, the femininity. It's been the new moon coming toward the first quarter this week. And so that's kind of a good time of the month to just connect back with that femininity, with the creativity of our hips, with that energy of just kind of the things that are passionate and exciting about life. And so as we go through class, just let yourself kind of keep that idea in the back of the mind, these ideas of passion, creativity, femininity, and maybe there's some aspect that you'd like to include with those regards a little bit more in your life. So with that idea, let's take a few of our initial stretches, getting our body a little bit more warmed up. So arms point all the way to the back wall, and then let the shoulders start to go a little bit to the right, and a little bit to the left. Easy cycles, both directions, left and right. Maybe one more, getting into the shoulders, getting the side ribs. And back to center, hands come around the right knee, pull that in. This could be about hip flexor, you're pulling it in so deeply, or it could be about some ankle rolls. Good. Move up to hamstring, right leg stretches clear up to side. Nice inhale. Exhale. This right foot hooks over to the back, left end, kind of by where the ears are. Here with that back end. This will set up for like a pigeon pose. So heel is hooked all the way on that end. Slide the shin in. That helps our hip to pull back first. Good opener. For slow, deep breaths flowing. Touching in with the hips. Another huge inhale. Nice exhale. Bring this right leg all the way out, drop it down, left knee to the chest. Pull it in enough that hip flexor feels good, or maybe you're focusing on the toe circles. Leg stretches up to sky, moving the hamstring. Another good inhale. Exhale. Hook the heel over, back right this time, slide the shins in. Again, with how this hip is feeling, here's the first. Different sides, totally different stories. More deep breath. Like stretch up to sky. Drop it down. Okay, so we're gonna head right into our vampire inversion. So this is one kind of like a shoulder stand where all of our weight is being held up by the fabric that's around our shoulders. So as you start to pump your head off the back end, you're gonna notice there's a lot of excess fabric right in the neck. That would be uncomfortable for the neck. So start to step the heels in and then start scooting some of the fabric down toward the feet until you have kind of like a cap sleeve, just one good thin layer over your shoulders. All the rest is brought down. Good. So from there, hands grip up to this back end, left and right, just comfortable grip. Feet hike up. And then the toes turn out. Good. So come to the inside. There you go. A little bit further back. Right above the head are just like that. Yep. Toes turn out. And then you just push into the fabric. From that push, you're able to engage the core and lift all the way down. Even higher with the hips if you feel comfortable. Doing awesome. So this is one, if it's not hitting your body quite right, come out, readjust how it is on the neck, then come back into it. It's one that feels like a huge neck release and a shoulder release just by having the weight of your body there. So give it a couple of good breaths. Inversions really are up to you how long to stay. Some people go a lot longer than others. Some people are up for a couple of breaths and then down. So just enjoy it for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and lock up front door. So coming out, let it be back to a Shavasana. Bring the head back in. Just let the body relax back down. Give it a couple of easy breath cycles as we're coming back to a new arrangement with our blood pressure. Slow, easy breaths. So part of the reason why I wanted to start off with vampire is because in just a moment, I'm going to take us to a pose that's a hip opener, but the shoulders are brought kind of like that vampire pose. So I wanted you to have in your body that kind of muscle memory, reminding you what it feels like to be safe and supported with that gentle wrap around your shoulders. Give your body just a couple more easy breaths right here. You feel safe to start sitting up with how the head feels, the blood pressure, all of that. So grab on high to the fabric and start sitting up. The legs are still inside. Good. So open the knees out wide and slide the heels in close to the glutes. We're gonna take a nice little stretch for our low back. So what you'll do is start walking your elbows and your shoulders past the front end. Feet are just nice and wide like this. And then let the head drop down, hands clasped behind the back of the head. And as you just place the hands at that spot, not even pulling the head in, just placing it there. The back of the neck, the spine, all of those goodies are in a nice stretch. Release the hands, let the legs straighten back out. Give your spine a couple of breaths to just round forward over these legs. So from here, anchor right hand onto left leg. It might be ankle, it might be foot, whatever you can reach on that side. And the left leg is very straight. Right is welcome to be bent if you want. So from here, the left hand reaches up to sky and starts to circle all the way to that back wall to bring us into a first little spinal twist. Good. Left hand returns all the way forward and we're switching it out. So now right leg's the one that's straight. Left hand goes to that right foot. And then right hand reaches up to sky to circle back. Good. Start to return that arm all the way forward. Give it another couple of breaths, just equal bending or straightening of both legs. Letting the spine relax down. Good. So this is the one that I was just referring to, where the fabric's going to be kind of in the same position over our shoulders. This one is one that may be new for most, if not all of you. And so we're going to take this one step by step. First, we need a little bit of extra fabric over the legs. We need enough to cover up to the knees, if not further up to the thighs. So you'll kind of do that same shimmy that we did a moment ago to get some extra fabric on the leg side. It's covering up kind of like a blanket over the legs. So when you've got enough to be up to knees or thighs, then grip up high, start to sit up right again. Grip up even higher. Flare up as high as you can reach. And then what we're gonna do is allow the knees to swivel open left and right, kind of like that one we were taking with the back stretch. And then we pick ourselves all the way up so legs are like a diamond. So you can kind of lean the hips forward onto that spot that rests right across hips. And then we're gonna take this step by step because you kind of need one arm grabbing on at a time to help balance. So one hand grabs, the other hand starts to take this back into the fabric and drape it over one of your shoulders. When it's safely over a shoulder, then that hand grips on. Second hand takes it over the second shoulder. Okay, got a good covering over each shoulder. So now we need to set up a chicken wing. So gripping on the inside with one of your hands, the elbow kind of flips inside like a chicken wing. And then you can grab that hand onto that fabric again for safety. So grip, just easy grip like a little mitten on the inside, elbow comes inside, and you're there. Okay. So what this part will do is help to cover our shoulders, to get us our shoulders inside. So we've got enough to be here. This is the kind of the moment of truth, the moment of balance. what we'll ultimately end up doing, making sure shoulders are definitely inside, is start to lean forward until we're in a nice floating upside down cobbler's pose. So it's like a little bit of trust in your body. Yep, you got it. Your elbows that you can make would need to be on the inside. If it was kind of a, I guess forward, instead of inside, kind of forward. But good. Good. I know it can take a lot of that leg strength to come even up to the diamond part, so. Go ahead and reset your legs. For some reason, your diamond looks kind of funny. So go ahead and just sit all the way back, straighten out the legs for a moment. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Just let the knees swivel open. There, and then just grip up high to come back up. Yeah, that looks better in the legs section. So, reset the grip. This one's not necessarily easy beginner either, so don't feel like if it's just not working in your body, don't feel like there's any pressure. You're doing good. Good, so get one side to cover your shoulder. Good. You got it. Second side cover shoulder. That's okay, that's okay. Go ahead and sit back like the little child pose. Kind of like a cobbler almost. Lean forward, kind of like how we were. Good. It's kind of funky. Yeah. See? Yep, you got it. Yep. If you want to go back to vampire, you're welcome to go back to vampire also. I know it's something to do it one at a time for sure. Doing awesome. Good. Yep. It could be that you have a lot excess on the one side. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah. Like it didn't look too bad, but you're almost there. Good. Know when you're ready to come out, and I'll kind of guide you through it. Okay, so what I did to come out, straighten, yeah, just like what you're doing, slide the hands up straight, and then grab on that side. Yep, just like that. And then with that grip, you can go inside like that, but I tend to go the other way, so then I push my hips back, and then I just use my arm straight to lift up. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, as you kind of just sit back, you just roll back in. Yeah. You're welcome. Good. So you're upside down for a little while, so we'll do just a little bit of recovery from inversions. When you feel safe, your inversion, your head is feeling good, all of that will come with the legs outside of the fabric, hook the elbows, and just take a nice little floating child pose. This is a good spot to just relieve some more neck tension. So head to rock left, head to rock right. So sitting up, so that diamond shape that was required in that last pose is pretty intense on the hips, so I'd like to take a nice hip opener here. So we're gonna come to a straddle deeper inside the fabric. I want you to grab onto the side that will point you into the center of the room. So completely bunch up that side of the fabric, lock the arm straight. The hip that just got lifted, that's the leg that will swing all the way up and over. Good. So from here, what we're gonna do is take your front ankle, meaning the one closer to mirror. That ankle comes up onto the fabric in front of you. So this is one where if I need less intensity, the hips, I'll straighten my arms, lean back a little bit. If I want more intensity, I'll hug around the shin and lean forward. So you have control over how this feels through the hip. Move on to this hamstring. So the arch of this foot comes up onto the fabric. I like to turn the toes out, a little bit more comfortable on the knee. Good. Go ahead and flip your toes to the mirror side. Yeah, there you go. Once you got it there, slide the fabric or the foot up the fabric. Again, if you're pushing into the fabric, that makes it easier, less intense. If the leg is straight and you still want more, maybe the hand starts to back away. That will continue to pull it deeper and deeper in. So up to you for the intensity. Good. Start to free this leg out. Second ankle comes up. Maybe push for less intense or hug for deeper intensity. Down to the arch of the foot on the strand, sliding it up. More huge breath in, out. When we free up this foot, it's going to go to mirror side. So shift your hips again, left, right, forward, facing forward. Let's take a little back bend before we move on. So the fabric for me tends to be most comfortable if it's closer to hip area. So I'll kind of push it down as I lean back and then revert back up high. I'll continue to slide some fabric down until my back bend is perfect. If your back is comfortable enough that you'd like to release hands or even try to grab for your feet, that's perfect. So it's up to you how deep to take it and also how long to stay in it. All of our backs are different. Floating child when we're back up, elbows up, lean forward for a moment. We sit back up, similar to the stretch we did earlier. Right hand goes to left foot if you can reach, ankle if not. Then left hand opens up to that twist foot. Good. Releasing this side, switch the arms out. Left hand to right, and right hand to back. Nice inhale. Exhale, release. Grip really tightly both ends of the fabric. This will easily let us lift the hips right up and out. Okay. So this is where we're gonna do our pinwheels. A little bit of arm strength, a little bit of leg strength, all sorts of goodies. So starting with just a little warm up, and this will also be the easier variation if you can't do the full thing. So we're kind of facing toward front door, and then we're swinging one leg at a time, up and over to the back door side. So Catherine switch is gonna be the other leg so that you just face, yeah, that way, yeah. Okay, let's come back, this, return, do one more just like that. Let's see, go slightly higher. And return. Okay, so that's option one. If you'd like to go a little more, do a little pull up and try to do the full pinwheel in the sky. You got it. Okay, and then return. So maybe 3 or 4 rounds each. Keep breathing. One more. Good work. Let's catch our breath, take fabric out in front of us. Just take a nice, easy lean forward. Sometimes it's nice to let the body sway a little bit left to right. Sometimes I'll start with little tiny sways, gradually get bigger and bigger. But it's up to your body, whatever feels helpful. Bending the knees, let's roll our way up. We're going to step the right foot into the fabric. We're starting off with a hip opener here. So try to bring the knee past the front, so it's kind of like the thigh that's catching the side of it. The left hand grabs the heel and starts to slide the foot up as high as the knee is comfortable with, and starting to bring that hip to a little bit more of an opener. So from this position, the hands go maybe just a little higher than shoulders or so, and literally just leaning forward an inch or two is all it takes to get the hips to stretch. Good. Weight of our body over standing leg. From here, the foot and the heel slides forward, so we're caught by the thigh. Nice, easy, soft grip up high. We start to lean forward. Or stretch across front of left hip. And squeezing our thighs together, weight comes back, slip down to this right ankle. Depending on how the leg feels, maybe you just slide the hands down for your stretch, or maybe slide hands up to take more of a split. weight of the body over standing leg. See if you can come here without needing to hold on at all. So from here, let the leg itself use its strength to go wide and forward. Take another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. So we'll switch sides. To switch, if you're trying out the swinging switch, you grip up high, the leg that's in the fabric stays locked straight, and then you just step the second foot in, step the first foot out. If you want to just switch normal, that's fine too. Yeah, good work. Okay, so slip it to foot. Thigh goes past the front. The knee, I guess, goes past the front. Then you start to pick up the heel. Swivel it a little bit more open, depending on how much your knee is comfortable with. Easy grip, slightly higher than shoulders. Just lean forward an inch or two. Okay, so our weight comes back, the foot goes forward, we're at the thigh, soft grip up high, lean forward. Whether the back heel is lifted or lowered just depends on what's comfortable for your age. Beautiful. So weight comes back, slip it down to ankle. Either slide hands down, easy hamstring stretch, or slide hands up, more of a splits. Okay, weight comes over standing leg. You can balance without, hands to free. Let the leg muscularly go wide and across. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So leg out in front. If you want to practice that swinging switch again, go right ahead. And then we'll end up completely stepping out. Setting up the hip hang, we're going to practice standing split within the fabric. So fabric is on a skeleton. Otherwise, if it gets in the guts, it's much more uncomfortable. Start coming forward to take some slack out. Bending at the waist, free the thumbs out, pop down. Then a few good big steps backward to take it center plumb line. Good. So right foot goes wide, and then bend your knee and try to catch the toes on the outside of the fabric. Yep, you can lift the other foot up. If you're on inside, try to get to outside. That's it. Yep. Good. If you're on inside also, go ahead and switch. That's it. Okay. So from here to get to standing split, we try to slide the foot up the fabric if we can at all. If we still want more, the toes on, well, we try to return toes to ground first. And then if that foot can hop any further forward, that will be much deeper. If you still want more, hands walking closer to the foot is the last step to get deeper. So just take it, whatever steps you can try to get to. Good. 2 more breaths. Any steps you took, start to return back. So the foot slides back, bend the knee. Into the fabric. Gentle release of the toes down. Left foot goes wide. When you swing, try to hitch outside. That is it. That's it right there. Good. Beautiful. So right foot tries to be on the ground. If you can hop it in, that's fine. Maybe hands off a little closer, or maybe they're stable where they're at. Nothing wrong with that. Put it like that. Good. Deep breaths. Softly reverse the steps back up to down dog. You're welcome to stay in the down dog for a little while or go to hip. The knees hook around the shins. There's a massage across front of hips. It gets better over time, but if you're about ready to be out, that's okay. What you would do coming out is just take the fabric behind you and lean back into it so you get a little break. Good. And make yourself comfortable there. Or had plenty of time to feel good. Oftentimes I'll support my hands to my head. I might bend one knee, leave the elbows to that knee. Switch sides. Just easy movements to help our body recover. It's up to you to stay here as long as you need to know that you're taking care of all dizziness, all of that reversing back up. So when you feel safe, you'll come back to stand on your own. Fabric will be out in front of us. Good. So walking up to the plumb line, let's let the feet be a bit wider than that. We're going to take a couple of cycles like this. We start off with toes pointed out, squat down. So it's like a second position plie. When we come back up, turn the toes forward, lean halfway forward. Sliding back up, turn the toes out, plie. Toes forward, lean it. Take another 3. 2. 1. Stay forward, a few bonus breaths. Knees to roll up. Heel toe back underneath us. Okay, so right ankle inside. Left hand grabs to right strand, or this one takes more balance, but it can also push on the outside of right strand. Right hand opens up to the back wall. Good. Returning forward, step the arch of the foot into the fabric. Sliding grip up high. We're going to come up and down 3 times. Take an inhale, prep. Exhale, coming up. 3. And down. 2. 1. Good. This time when we come up, we're going to try to flip our toes to kneel down. Side. So it takes a little bit of arm strength. You got it. Beautiful. So now continue to point the knees forward I like to grip around where the shoulders are so then I can lean to a nice arch back. Good. Head comes up. Slide the hands a little bit higher up. The idea here is leg strength brings us up to our hands, and then we try to slowly use arm strength to lower back down. Good. Second side, left ankle in. Right hand grabs left or pushes on the outside of left. Arm opens behind. Good. Return. Step this foot into the fabric. Returns up and down. Slide hands up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Good. This last time we come up, we try to let ourselves flip to kneel down inside. Good. Knees tilt forward. Step to the back. Quad stretch. Good. Head up. Hands slide up. Use leg strength to lift us up to the grip. Try to use arm strength to lower down. Good. Okay, so this inversion is similar to the one we did where it's like a cobbler's pose upside down, only this time instead of being completely wrapped up, we've just got the nice single strand to bring us here. So we'll take it step by step. If you don't feel comfortable going the whole way, you'll just pause at the upright version of it. So right foot in, the knee swivels out wide. Grip up high. The goal is to try to not do too much swinging. So it takes a little bit more core to slowly lift up to get left foot right where the bottoms of both feet are together. Good. So next step from here, both shoulders need to go forward. This is a good stopping spot. It's easy to come out from here if you need to. The last step is to head upside down. I grip up high, close to my armpit, so that way I don't get my fingers stuck lower. And then I need to push the fabric past where my hip bones are. That just makes it more comfortable once I'm upside down. Then just straighten the elbows and lean forward. Like that, hip bones. Got it. So just like any inversion, it's up to you how long to stay. Most people can get out, but some people feel stuck the first time, so I'll just come out in case any of you need help. And then don't feel rushed. You're welcome to stay a while. It is a massage across the both. See if you can slide the hands a little bit higher. That's it. You got it. Give your head a break for just a moment. And when you're ready, just straighten the legs, one foot full speed. You got it. Go ahead and lay down. Ladies are awesome. That one is that good massage right on the inner thighs. You don't get that massage very often. So know that any of these massages, it gets better the more you do. So. So similar to before, if you need more time, continue to take more time. That's the way to communicate with me. When you are feeling good, you'll stand up on your own, fabrics out in front. And I'd like to take a couple more kind of pigeon pose stretches on the inside before we wrap up. So come up to the top, you're facing your fabric, you're grabbing the front end, wave it left and right. Face that to mirror, hook thumbs. Take about 5 grips or so, getting you try to get to the middle. Back under plumb line to head in. Beautiful. So, like before, bunch up the fabric that faces you to center of room. Lock the arms straight. Swing that hip up and over. Yeah, see, even second time is way easier. Good. So to head to this, we're gonna need to bring both legs inside the fabric. Take a breath or two to enjoy this wide straddle position. So arms help to push the legs wider. This isn't one where the feet need to be perfectly centered, but just notice if you end up with way more fabric to one side or the other, that helps you kind of adjust how many grips you're taking based on your hand size. Good. So to head to pigeon to face the mirror, your leg that's closer to the mirror bends in. You'll need to get your shoulders a little bit more out that into the fabric. So you'll grip up high to the 2 ends. That grip, the goal of that is to help lift our hips up so that the back, that back leg can swing around towards the back wall. You got it. So once you're here, if you stay in this arch position, that's a pigeon. If you free out your elbow but closer to the toes, that's the side that will let you come down to sleep. Usually I'll leave the other one in, so it's like a spell. So switch it out so the one closer to toes. Got it. Cycles of breath right here. And to the second side, so rock your weight on the front hip, swivel the legs back open, wide straddle. Good. So go to the back wall, bend that side knee. Grab up high on both of those ends. That grip will help you lift your hips up so that your back leg can swivel around in its socket, pointing to the mirror. Maybe the shoulder that's closer to the toes squeeze out. Two more good breaths. Start to rock your weight under the front hip. Swivel the legs back open, nice and wide. So you have 2 options for your Shavasana pose today. Option 1, if you let the bottoms of both feet swing into touch, like a little cocoon, you're completely surrounded. This one's option 1. I like this one when I can either rest my forehead forward or the back of the head backward. It's just a beautiful meditative spot. If you prefer normal Shavasana, you'll need to take the legs out so that you can swing yourself back to lay down. All the way normal Shavasana. Occasionally there's people who need to be on the floor by this point, so that's always fine too if you're ever that class. So whatever type of Shavasana is going to work for us today. Just let your breaths go long and deep. Got a few minutes just to relax here. We'll start to take the next couple of minutes to gradually head out. So it might start off with just a couple of easy, deep, full breath cycles. Depending on where you're at, if you're sitting in the cocoon, maybe you start to take some leg stretches, legs going wide. Maybe slide the upper body to reach down one leg and the other. Lots of movements. If you're in a normal Shavasana, maybe you start to take some side body stretches with the left and right. Your fetal position. Lots of options. For another 30 seconds or so, whatever movements feel good and helpful. No rush at all. Stretches for the neck, stretches for the arms. Good. So with hands on our heart, after having gone into the hips so deeply today, let's just kind of tune into that energy of the body, the energy that swirls around the hip chakra, the sacral chakra, the energy of creation. What is it that we are creating in our life right now? Energy of passion, the energy of connection. And is there anything to be done in the coming day or week? So with that intuitive answer, we're going to say yes or a no. An intuitive answer to help lead us on. Let's wrap up the time we shared together today. The sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.